is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped.
I know. People say, boy, I watched Ted Nugent's Spirit Campfire on Real American Voice. Boy, that guy looks disheveled. Because I'm a hard-working, roustabout, indefatigable son of a bitch. I get up early and I check my trap lines. I've killed over 100 raccoons already this year. The great spirit of the wild will cleanse your soul and fortify you to deal with any complications in life. The great spirit of the wild, which, by the way, thank you, everybody. Ted Nugent's Spirit of the Wild television on the Pursuit channel 8 times a week. If you don't get it, your sense of humor isn't even touched yet. Shemaine's Queen of the Forest on Spirit of the Wild television on the Pursuit channel 8 times a week. And this time of year, I go out, there's mad scientists everywhere. That's who makes all these great guitars and amplifiers and technology. Elon Musk. You know, the electric guitar that the liberals and the Democrats were trying to force us to purchase last year. Now they're burning them. I mean, there's no word to describe the depravity, the mental illness of people who will stab themselves in the heart with the very weapon that they want to ban. Work out that metaphor. Can you follow the breadcrumbs, Hansel, Gretel? My personal assistant, Linda Peterson, is laughing her ass off right now because of the twists and turns that I just turned into that. You need to expand your consciousness. And what I do is I put out products like this. These mad scientists, this is a secret addiction. We put this out in mineral blocks. By the way, all you game departments, you don't have the authority whether I put this on my ranch. This is a nutritional mineral vitamin supplement for wildlife, and you have no authority over Americans' private property rights, whether we relocate apples, relocate corn or sugar beets or carrots, or put out mineral licks to make the wildlife healthier and stronger. You have no authority. Leave us alone. You game wardens, think, man, think. You can't possibly think you have the authority over an American private property owner, whether we put out a mineral lick on our own farm or ranch. You can't think that. If you're thinking that, you've been brainwashed. You might want to get a Black & Decker grinder and try to get that lie, that falsehood, that oath-violating suppository out of your ass. So I put out this product. Go to Whitetail Products Gone Wild. Whitetail Products Gone Wild. I put this out on stumps and dig holes, and I throw some corn, and I throw some whitetail products. You know what I throw out there? We have wildlife going nuts around here. In fact, Whitetail Products Gone Wild. This is the Big Buck Gonzo KillMix. Long range attractant. Who doesn't want to see more wildlife? Who doesn't want their wildlife healthier? Oh my God, Texas Parks and Wildlife, you have no soul. Michigan DNR, Illinois DNR, Wisconsin DNR, Missouri Department of Conservation, Minnesota DNR. Would you people please think for a minute? You can't. There was a game warden up in Maine, in the great state of Maine, home of Tucker Carlson, who actually told a guy it was unethical to hunt deer in an apple orchard. Mr. Game Warden who thinks that and said that, you're mentally ill. It's not unethical during the deer season, supporting the harvest of sustained yield surplus to provide venison for our families and friends, to hunt where the deer are. You numbnut. Here's the challenge to the Maine game warden who thinks it's unethical to hunt in an apple orchard. Call me and explain yourself. He won't call me and he won't explain himself because he's so brain dead and brainwashed, he might actually believe that it's unethical to hunt deer during the deer season with a deer license with the proper weapon where the deer are. You have lost your minds. Well, where it's legal. Oh, shut, You know, when I started bow hunting back in the 1950s, it was against the law to climb a tree with my bow and arrow. And my young brain went, wait a minute. Could it possibly be the authority over a man in America over whether I climb a tree or not? You people have lost your minds. Would you please just shut the f up, think, and think about sustained yield, essential, natural season of harvest? You know that the Michigan DNR is now preparing to gas, to slaughter, to torture with gas thousands of Canadian geese in Michigan. I swear to God, people go, that Nugent's exaggerated. Nobody would do that. Oh, they're doing it. Yeah, they're doing it. Instead of increasing the bag limit, getting rid of the 3-shell limit, which is just so insane. How about somebody from Ducks Unlimited or Delta Waterfowl or the U.S. Fish and Game come on the Spirit Campfire and try to make the case for limiting our shotguns to 3 shells when we can shoot 6 to 8 ducks and unlimited geese? Well, during snow geese season, oh, shut the. See, these are the battles that you've got to confront. The Nebraska Game Fish and Parks just burnt down thousands of acres during a drought and a windstorm and a no-burn ban. The bureaucrats in Nebraska killed thousands of livestock, cattle, destroyed. The government said it's a burn ban, but then the government did a burn. They called it a controlled burn that got out of control. Nebraska, you people have, governor of Nebraska, whatever your name is, Ward Parker sent him a letter going, what in the hell are you thinking? Do you realize that every state is infested with mindless, zombie, brainwashed, robot bureaucrats? Let me make it perfectly clear. Nobody has authority where I throw corn, except maybe on your land or downtown. But no one has authority over an American where he throws corn on his private property or the public property, which we the people own. Somebody want to debate me on that? Bring it on. But if you're going to arm wrestle me, be sure you bring an arm. Good grief. So go to tednugent.com and see what we're doing. We're celebrating the 36th anniversary of the Ted Nugent Camp for Kids charity. Thank you, John Bailey. John Bailey Excavating in Jackson, Michigan. We're doing a benefit for the veterans at John Bailey's Foundation with Night Ranger on September 6th. There's so many great events coming up. I'm stoned in anticipation to unleash my songs, my music. So there's so much to talk about. Let's talk about that a segment of America is actually supporting this kid that stabbed a fellow athlete in Dallas and killed him, stabbed him in the heart because they had a discussion. Did it even qualify as an argument over where he sat? And I don't have the guy's name in front of me, but I'm not going to give him the benefit of mentioning his name. All I know is that there's a kid dead because a black kid who has been brainwashed that they don't have to follow civil rules and civil society and decency, that if their feelings are hurt, they get to kill you. And there was another one here. I don't even know where. It doesn't matter where. It happened in America. Another kid stabbed another kid. You know, when I was growing up, nobody got stabbed. When I was growing up, we had guns, shotguns and rifles in the truck, in the car, in our lockers, at school. No such thing as a school shooting. No such thing. So unlimited access to unlimited firepower. You could buy a machine gun from the Sears and Roebuck catalog. You could buy a machine gun through the mail. I think it was only like $90. Now they're worth $90,000. We had unlimited access to unlimited firepower. No such thing as mass shootings. There was respect, goodwill, decency, honor, loyalty, patriotism. So unlimited access to unlimited firepower. Now guns and knives. You can't even carry a pocket knife. I think you're less than a man if you don't have a pocket knife on you. Got to have a tool, a belt tool, and a handkerchief. Gotta have a flashlight on you. Do you have a flashlight, a gun, a knife, a handkerchief? If not, you're not a real man. Yeah. Well, what is a man, Ted? A man who's ready to take care of things, a man who's ready to support and defend and provide and help and assist. That's a man. That happens to have a scrotum. That would be a man. And if you're born with said scrotum, you're never going to be a woman. You know, Bruce Jenner and I raced professionally as celebrities, and I beat him in the Mickey Thompson off-road races. I think that's when it all went south, because he was like the supreme man gold medalist of all times, and the Motor City Madman beat him in an off-road race. I think it all went south at that point. So anyhow, we have a minute left, and in the next segment, we have Kurt Motley, a great man. He has great credentials, but bottom line, he and I are Toby Keith blood brothers forever. And everybody out there, I know it's hard to think back to the people we've lost. Lost my mom, lost my dad, lost my brother John. Lost Happy Jackson, my beloved Labrador. I don't mean to equate dogs' value with human value, but we all know that in many instances, dogs, in fact, do have more value than some humans. You know, the people that think that you need to go to is it Venezuela they're going to try to import MS-13? MS-13 gang members have a battle cry. It's called kidnap, rape, torture, and murder. And the Democrats want the MS-13 kidnap, rape, torture, murder people back in America. The Democrats want that, and they don't understand why people are disgusted with them. So I'll be back in a minute with more Ted Nugent, Truth, Logic, and Common Sense, and all this hyper effervescence.